Well, good morning and welcome to our daily Devo on Wednesday, April the 13th today. The devotion this morning is entitled The Devices and Desires of the Heart. The Devices and the Desires of the Heart on this Wednesday morning, the 13th of April. It's a conversation between God and his son, not Jesus, to us, to his children. My son, you will have many things to learn which you have not yet learned well. What are they, Lord? That you must conform your desires in all things to my good pleasure. That you should not be a lover of yourself, but be earnestly zealous that my will be done. Various desires often inflame you and drive you violently headlong. Consider whether you are being moved by your self-interest rather than for my honor. If I am your motivation, you will be well contented with whatever I ordain. But if there is lurking in you any self-seeking, this will hinder you and weigh you down. Beware then that you do not lean too much on my desire conceived without asking my counsel. I've misread that, sorry. Beware then that you do not lean too much on any desire conceived without asking my counsel, lest afterward you are sorry and displeased with that which pleased you formerly, and which you earnestly sought as the best. Not every impulse which seems good is to be heeded immediately, nor, on the other hand, is every contrary feeling at once to be avoided. It is well to check yourself at times, even in good desires and endeavors, lest through too much eagerness you should become distracted in mind, or by lack of self-control you create a scandal to others, or again, facing opposition or resistance by others, you become suddenly confounded and so fall. In some cases, you must use violence and manfully resist the sensual appetite, paying no heed to what the flesh would or would not, but rather taking pains that even against its will it be made subject to the Spirit. In that paragraph, he references 1 Corinthians 9:27, Romans 8:1 through 13, 2 Corinthians 4:10, and 10:3. Moreover, it should be chastened and kept under control until it is prepared for all things to be pleased with plain and simple things, and not to murmur at any inconvenience. Keeping the self under lock and key. That seems to be the cue here, the key, the lack for no pun intended. I hear toward the end of this devotion, I thought about the Ten Commandments. Years ago at Bible college, I remember a series of chapels that were done by the president of the conference on the Ten Commandments, and he referred to them as the 10 freedoms. The 10 freedoms, that if we would obey those things, if we would live those truths about God first and no idols and the lying and the coveting and lusting and all those things, many of which he mentions here that we need to avoid. actually freed from the bondage of all of that. We're actually steered away from the freedom that we think those things will give to us, but they do not. They put us more in bondage. Things of God that we want to escape from and go to these other things, and we find out, I found out earlier in my life that the world does not have the answers, that the ways of the world do not lastingly please. They are but for a moment, and then they are gone. Good devotion. Devices and desires of the heart. The heart is desperately wicked. Who can know it? Who can understand it? Well, the Lord does. And if we allow him to, he'll get it under control for us, helping us to do that and have the joy and the freedom of living according to his ways. Blessings to you today. Keep your eyes on the cross coming up on Friday and the empty tomb on Sunday. It all goes together as the gospel that brings freedom to our souls.